All right. What's up, feet pick lickers and butt lickers? Welcome back to Trades and Gains, where we talk about the market like it's a casino, but it somehow runs the global economy. This week, one of the biggest players in the AI hype train just jumped off the ride, SoftBank. Yes, the WeWork guys. They sold their entire 5.8 billion Nvidia stake. They didn't trim, they didn't hedge, it's gone, all of it. Now let's go ahead and talk about why did they do this maybe. Well, SoftBank founder Masayoshi Son just sold his entire Nvidia position, a move that screams take the money and run after one of the most profitable trades of the decade. They banked nearly $6 billion and said the cash will fund their next wave of AI investments. You know, the ones that aren't profitable yet, don't make products, and mostly exist as slide decks and hopium and tanks of galaxy gas that they convince investors to inhale so they can inject more money. SoftBank says the sale has nothing to do with Nvidia itself, just funding needs, which is the corporate version of it's not you, it's me. They also sold the majority of their T-Mobile position as well. So take this with a grain of salt and as a fart in the wind potentially. Now, this isn't just another rebalance, by the way. This is the guy who lost billions on WeWork unloading the most successful stock on earth right when every fund manager is still screaming AI is the future. SoftBank is using the cash to fund its $22 billion injection into OpenAI, a $6.5 billion Ampere computing acquisition, and a $5 billion robotics deal. They're building data centers, chips, and humanoid robots, basically trying to buy the future before, well, it arrives. The catch? Nobody knows if these bets make money. Not even SoftBank's CFO, who literally said, I can't say if we're in an AI bubble or not. That's not confidence. That's just pre-trauma. They're not trying to end up in another WeWork situation. But let's be honest here. Wall Street's pretending this isn't a bubble because everyone's still inside it. Meta, Google, Microsoft, Nvidia, all pouring hundreds of billions into AI infrastructure. Morgan Stanley says profits are broadening beyond big tech, but the top 10 stocks still control 40% of the S&P 500. Does this sound familiar to anyone? Yeah, it's the dot-com bubble, but this time we have better GPUs, you dirt bags. Now the difference, back then we had pets.com. Today, we've got ChatGPT trying to explain pets.com, and somehow that's worth $1 trillion and a couple dead people that Sam Altman won't actually come out and say he took care of. And here's why it gets darkly funny. While SoftBank's wiring $20 billion into AI startups, 29% of lower U.S. households are living paycheck to paycheck. Bank of America just said it outright. The rich are fine, the rest are eating inflation for breakfast. So the market's cheering for a $1 trillion arms race while the average American can't afford eggs. But sure, tell me again how AI is going to come out here and save the economy. This is the K-shaped economy in real time. Tech billionaires building robotic factories and everyone else, well, they're just building debt at this point. Let's talk, I mean, hey, 50-year mortgages and 15-year car plans. How could this go wrong? Now, Masayoshi Son's vision is wild. He's building a $1 trillion AI manufacturing hub in Arizona, teaming up with Trump, TSMC, and OpenAI. It's either genius or just straight delusion. There's no middle ground at this point. They're also expanding a $20 billion margin loan against their ARM holding stake to fund it all. Translation, SoftBank's borrowing against its best asset to double down on the AI gold rush. If this works, Son becomes the prophet of the AI era. If it doesn't, he'll be the WeWork guy again. Only this time, the crash comes with robot layoffs. So here's the real question for all you virgins out there. Is SoftBank crashing or cashing out at the top, or are they going to double down on the dumbest bubble since crypto NFTs? Yeah, because those monkeys aren't worth shit anymore. Not this one, though. This monkey mask is very much worth its weight in gold. They say history doesn't repeat, but it sure loves reruns. We've seen this before. Overinvestment, overconfidence, and the belief that technology can outrun reality. But before I let you guys off, let's go ahead and go over some new rules for the week. 1, if a company sells its Nvidia shares while preaching AI, that's not conviction, that's just exit liquidity. 2, if your portfolio depends on GPU sales, ask yourself what happens when the hype cycle cools. And 3, if the average person can't pay rent, but we're building robot factories, congratulations, you've reached late stage capitalism downloadable content. So yeah, SoftBank just sold Nvidia to fund AI. The only question is whether they're early to the next boom or the first to smell the smoke. Stay liquid, stay cynical, stay hard, and remember, every gold rush ends with some selling shovels, or in this case, GPUs. I'm Ben the Bull, aka Max Fitz. This is Trades and Gains. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and send this to your mother, your father, and anyone who thinks that, well, they know more than you, to show them that they don't. See you guys in the next one. Later, virgins.